All right, I'm going to be watching on my iPad today. We're gonna look at this list of the requested reaction videos. This is quite a list. A lot of people have been saying evolve. So let me look up that. There's just so many. Oh, but Fluffhead, that sounds good too. I think someone else said Fluffhead. I mean, everyone's obviously said these, but some of them keep being repeated. So I do need to come up with some sort of software for voting. It's like, I didn't realize. But yes, just so you know, I don't mind doing this because in this smartphone generation, ADD, I can barely get through a television episode these days. I'm more interested in like reading TikTok basically. So I feel that it's good that this forces me to watch an entire song basically. Let me make sure these are official. Okay, so it looks like this first one is a studio recording, so I don't think I should do that. I think I should choose this one. 12 years ago, December 31st, 2011. Oh, that's so funny. My son was born a week before that on December 25th, 2011. So while you guys were all at this concert, I was with a newborn. So that will be a nice thing to think about. Gonna look. All right, going back to the beginning. But I have to turn it down because I need to be able to talk over this. I'm gonna turn on closed captioning because I'm old. All right. Wow, that's just 14 years ago. That's really hard to think about. Wait, 2011. 13 years ago almost. Yeah, my son's turning 13. I should know that. That's nice. Light drum, soft, okay. I see the moo game runs deep. Major chord. Oh, sweet embroidered Sgt. Pepper's jacket. Can't understand him. Oh, he's a redhead. I guess in the later nowadays he might be more gray, so I didn't realize. Oh wow, that guy went gray early. That's interesting. The piano adds so much to this. It's really pretty. I like it, okay? I like the harmony. I like that the piano is featured in between all these little interludes. I don't understand a single lyric though yet. I like the hi-hat cymbal and the drums. Oh look, the audience, look how cute 2011 it looks. Someone's throwing balls around the audience. Oh no, I like the harmony. Oh, there's so much closed captioning, I can't understand anything. Closed captioning not available. Okay, I love this piano interlude every single time. That's nice. That facial expression into it. All right, Trey's the guitarist. I'm learning that. Mad scientist. He was a younger mad scientist then. Is the bassist? Oh, this is the New Year's Eve concert. So this is just probably nuts. It's definitely indoors because it's cold. streamers. I was thinking about one thing is that I was reading up on Phish as part of this, and it saw they were from Vermont. Here's the piano move again. Dun, da, 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 da. I like that. Da, 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 da. It's a little motive, little, oh, key change or something. New tonality area. But I think it's more of an East Coast band. Like, honestly, that's just one thing I want you guys to consider. Like, I'm in California, and the person who I did meet who mentioned it to me was originally East Coast. Da, 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 da. They're not necessarily playing in the same, we're not playing in the same chord modal improvisational section. Dun, 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 dun. I like the little stop. That sounds almost like that's like 1, 4, 5 chord progression, typical chord progression. Oh my god, it's 15 minutes! I apologize if you're still watching this. Sweet key section. Definitely this is like keyboard solo for sure. This keyboard is very heavily featured in this one. Guitar is also doing really nice things. Again, since it's my first time hearing this, I don't know whether this is all improvised or whether this is composed. Because I could see this as a really complex compose where it's like the piano's doing its own like interesting motive. It's kind of like a it's all sorts of stuff going on, very mathematical. The bass is just grooving along, but definitely a little bit not in a key area. Like we are shifting through different tonal centers right here. Okay, we hit something. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of chromaticism happening. Again, since I don't know what the studio version sounds like, I'm only guessing, but if this was my composition, I would hear all of those atonal tones. That was kind of... This is the modulation. It's just going up by like half step. He's going through key changes. Key change, key change, key change. Another one. And again, I feel like they're all playing in 3 different keys right now. Like the keyboard is not in the same key as the guitarist, and the bassist is not in the same key. And then they come back together once in a while. It's like they fuse, they diverge, they fuse. Okay, now we have a whole different like style. That's new. We've not heard that yet. Very bluesy. Took a bluesy riff. We took the other type of keyboard. Little life. Okay, jumping. We got some jumping. Maybe that's how I tell each other, okay, we're on the next section. Again, we got Sgt. Pepper's jacket. We got, oh my god, the lumberjack shirt. That was so in style in 2011. Every single person was wearing that lumberjack look, so it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Trey's pretty cool. Multiple keys are happening. And oh, this is more chromatic stuff going on. That means they're going up by like half steps. I don't think most people would know what's going on here. It's very atonal. in music school, when you learn about the history of music, you learn about, you know, European classical music, and then towards the end of the 1800s, getting into the early 1900s, the composers start elevator something, boozy brothel. I don't even know what those lyrics were, so I have to look them up. I can't understand lyrics, I'm sorry. Okay, that's sweet, this little guitar. I was saying something. Oh, here we go, a little bit. That's very jazzy. Just a lot of trills. He likes a lot of seconds, a lot of sus chords. A lot of dissonance things. That's just a lot of trill. Level-headed boy? I wish there was closed captioning. Maybe like this song wouldn't pick up on closed captionings anyway because you can barely hear what they're saying. Again, sweet guitar solo. Okay, here's the thing. If you only know Western tonality and staying in a tonal center, this music is extremely confusing because in this song, they've all been playing in different keys at the same time. They've gone through a multitude of modulations. That means they're switching tonal centers. Here it happens again. Keyboard's featured again. Bass is actually matching him. Dun, dun. We're in the same key there. Trying to hear the guitar here. Again, I will say, this Fishman, they call him, he is very good at just like following in the groove because he has to follow them. I feel like usually in a rock band, the drummer is setting the tempo for the band to stay together. And here, because any of them can kind of take the lead at any time. Oh, look at those arpeggios. That's, again, they're not in the same key right now. That's where you hear all of that dissonance. The lights going across. I wonder how close to New Year's this was. Ooh, dissonance, dissonance, dissonance. Dissonance is when two notes, the waveforms kind of go against each other and it creates that kind of like, like that pain in the ear. Whereas a harmony, it makes the waveforms magnify in a way that has like a nice, it creates overtones. Dissonance creates tension. It creates feelings of like unsettledness, typically. Okay, we have some singing. Singing as a drummer is really, really hard. I very, very mad respect for any percussionist who can sing at the same time. It's hard to sing playing any instrument. It took me a long time to learn how to sing and play piano at the same time. And when I teach my students to do that, it's always a big jump from either playing piano alone or singing alone. It's also the same as when you're learning how to play right hand and left hand piano and then putting them together. It's like the brain really has to coordinate a lot. Dissonance, dissonance, they're all in different keys. Stuff is changing all over the place. I'd love to see the sheet music for this because this is like, it's a mind trip. This is, again, this is like, it's like mixing up. It sounds almost like you took a bunch of songs, jumbled them together, mixed them up, put them back together, reconstructed them, but then like it's all together at the wrong times. And then I could see why this is kind of the impression of like what Phish sounds like to other people. And then they always come together. Do you notice that's what makes it so cool? Because when then they hit those chord progressions where they're back into like a normal rock progression, it sounds so like rewarding. I think the fact that this part has a really 90s sound. It reminds me of like honestly like Blues Traveler or something. I, once upon a midnight clearing, whatever that one is. How you wanna get running around. See, it has like a similar like 90s vibe. Guitar, solo. I don't hate it. I just think it's very complex. And I can see, again, for the average person who just listens to normal pop music and rock music that's just very formulaic and follows the same chord progressions over and over again, and you kind of know, your ear knows what to expect, this is extremely, there can be a bit of anxiety inducing in it because you aren't getting that sense of relief. It's like building, 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 and then once in a while you get to that, and it does feel really rewarding when you get to that chord. I like the little organ keyboard there. The lights that kind of give you a seizure, no? Like, don't, like, warning, this may cause a seizure. Okay. I like it because it's unique. I mean, compared to what normal music is, whatever that means. I mean, commercial music, right? The music that everyone sells. It is really different, and I do appreciate that. I've always liked a little bit out there. I don't like everything that's boring. Like, I don't like just boring stuff. Probably expensive to go to this New Year's Eve concert. Okay, so then now I see the full Yamaha grand piano, because from this view I can see it. Do they leave stage between every song because they're so long? If anyone could tell me that, since I've never been to a show. Or do you think this is the end of the first set and then they take a break and then they come back? For anyone who was there, I'm sure you were. I was with a newborn.